In life skill, my topic is interview, and I am P. Kavita of Physical Science Department. What is interview? An interview is essentially a structured conversation where one participant asks questions and the other provides answers. In common, the word interview refers to one conversation between an interviewer and an interviewee. The interviewer asks questions to which the interviewee responds, usually providing information. Who is interviewer? The person who conducts an interview. One who interviews, who obtains an interview with another for the purpose of eliciting his opinions or obtaining information for publication. Who is interviewee? An interviewee is a person who is being interviewed. Someone being interviewed, that is, the person answering the questions. Let me see the definitions and objectives of interview. The definition given by Gary Dessler. Interview is a selection procedure designed to predict future job performance based on applicants' oral responses to oral inquiries. Objectives of interview are to evaluate the applicant's suitability, to gain additional information from the candidate, to provide general information about the company to the applicant, to create a good image of the company among applicants. Let me see types of interviews. There are many types of interviews. Some of them are formal interviews, informal interviews, situational interviews, behavioral interview, stress interview, one-to-one interview, panel or board interview, phone or video call interview, group interview. Let me see these all in a brief manner. Let me see first the formal interview and informal interview. Informal interviews. Formal interviews are well-planned interviews. The questions are prepared in advance and the time, date, venue, dress code, everything is decided prior to the interview. Whereas in informal interviews are not well-planned and the questions are random and generic. The communication between both is also casual as compared to formal interviews. Next one is situational interview. In this kind of interview, a situation or a problem is kept in front of the interviewee and the interviewers ask them how they will deal with it and what will be the solution for it. They evaluated how well they will manage problems in the organization and how proactive they are in taking decisions in such situations. The next one is behavioral interview. It is concerned with a problem or a hypothetical situation given to the candidate with an expectation that he or she would solve. It aims at revealing the job seeker's ability to solve the problem presented. And the next interview is stress interview. The employer commonly uses stress interview for those jobs which are more stress prone. A number of harsh rapid fire questions are put to the interviewee with intent to upset him. It seeks to know how the applicant will respond to pressure. The next one is one-to-one interview, the most common type of interview in which there are only two participants. The interviewer, usually the representative of the company, and the interviewee, taking part in the face-to-face discussion in order to transfer information. Next interview is panel interview. A panel interview is a conversation with two or more members of a hiring team. The panel might include your potential supervisor, a human resources representative, or other decision makers. In a panel interview, each member has an opportunity to ask you questions about your experience, qualifications, and goals. Phone or video call interview. This interview will be performed on the phone call, telephonic round, or video call. These were a few and most common type of interviews which occurs in organizations and company to test and evaluate the interviewers and fulfill the organizational needs and requirements. And the last one is group interview. Group interviews are where Many interviewees participate in the interview. Usually it is termed as applicant pool and it happens during college or university placements. In group interviews, many interviewees are evaluated and a few are selected amongst all. I have taken references from these authors and these online websites. Thank you all. Thank you everyone.